Okay. What got you interested in coaching?
Um, just put it simply, find the mistakes that I'm making
Sure.
because you're a coach, you have a lot of knowledge on the game, so it's going to be way easier for you to spot my mistakes,
Of course.
you know, and me just I don't really have that much knowledge in it, so it'll just take a bit longer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. How long have you been playing Overwatch?
Um, I don't maybe season 10,
Okay.
so a
Okay.
couple months, not
Cool.
that
What?
much.
Cool. What got you into it initially?
Um, I saw a edited Reaper. I was like, oh shoot, this guy's cool. And I just started playing the game because of him.
Sure. Okay. Okay. And you are mostly Reaper, sometimes Cassidy. I'm seeing in the form here.
I just play Reaper mainly,
Yeah.
but I switched to Cassidy. Uh, if there's like I started playing him because my counters like Echo, Farah. If they like switch, then I would switch to Cassidy.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. You can't reach him. Can't deal with anything. That makes
Yeah.
sense. So mostly Reaper. Now, what appealed to you initially about Reaper? What was cool about Reaper that when you watched him, and what appeals to you now when you play him?
Uh, he was just edgy, just cool, dark, edgy guy. Yeah, yeah. It was also because I haven't been I don't really play any aiming console games,
Yeah.
like any shooter games, FPS.
Yeah.
So my aim sucks. I was like, okay, who can I use? Really well, close range. This guy uses shotguns, so
Yeah.
might as well
Yeah.
use them as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're getting a lot of reps, around like 4 or 5 hours a day. Yeah.
Um, Not always. Sometimes I feel burned out, so I just get off the game for like maybe 2 hours. Sometimes I can go 5 hours, but uh, yeah, it's not always
Oh,
5 hours.
yeah. Makes
Sometimes
sense. Makes sense. Now, how is that time spent in terms of like competitive, quick play, and so on?
I'd say the first 2 hours it's competitive. And then as I start feeling burned out, I go play. Uh, what's that other competitive? It's ranked. Open queue, open queue.
Open queue. Yeah.
I play open queue or just unranked games. Or I just
Sure.
play different games.
Sure.
Not Overwatch. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Fair enough. That actually seems like a pretty decent strat. Like, you take it seriously for the hours while you have energy, and then as you get more tired, you start to kind of chill with it. Works for
Yeah.
me. Works for me. Little bit
Because
of, go
yeah,
ahead. Finish your thought.
if I continue, I'm just gonna. I'll feel down. And I don't feel like I'm trying, so I was like, I'm just gonna rank down. So it's
Yeah.
might as well
Yeah.
stop.
That's smart. That's smart. I actually have some advice to fine tune that even more. You don't have to apply this because you also said that I like playing Reaper, but I think the one of the things you might want to try is playing something different than Reaper post the 2 hours. Let me
Mm,
explain why. Number one, you
okay.
get to experiment more with different characters and find out, hey, maybe there's something else that I enjoy. Like, I didn't actually find the character that I enjoy most or both characters until I was like 2 years into playing Overwatch because I just never really experimented. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I know this sooner? So give yourself that opportunity, essentially, is what I'm asking. But more than that, remember that there is the potential that you could not make mistakes, but that you could build bad habits because you're not taking it seriously and you're not playing in ranked. That's great. But you're still playing Reaper. You don't want to develop or like let yourself kind of slip into bad habits in open queue just because you're kind of like brainlessly playing, right? Doesn't mean that you have to treat everything as a sweat, but you do have to put in some effort. And that's just
Yeah.
something to be aware of.
Okay.
So again, you don't have to do that, but it might be something to experiment with. Try it for a week. Try and then see if it's like, man, I actually just don't have fun playing other characters. Okay, then ditch it. It's not worth it. But give it a shot.
Yeah, that's what I did. Just when I first started playing, it was just Reaper, and then I
Yeah,
was like, I should try other characters, which is Cassidy. I liked him a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. Okay, um, okay. Let's keep going here. So you were plat at the time of the form. Is that still plat?
No, I'm Diamond 5 right now.
Okay,
I've been going back and forth,
okay,
going
okay,
up and down.
okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Mhm.
And what has your progression looked like? What have you improved at?
In the beginning, I normally like to solve things on my own before I'm actually stuck and I need to get help.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, I was gold season 9, like right off the bat, because taking cover that was already easy for me from past experience games. Um, and then as I started playing more, it was more like positioning, you know, like where to go for Reaper. And then I started watching some of your videos as well. Flanking, I feel like it's still a big issue for me, and maybe timing as well.
Okay. Okay. So you're already like familiar with some of the concepts that you'd be improving at, and so you've obviously progressed. I mean, Diamond 5 is pretty good. Like you are
Yeah.
good at the game, like statistically. Like you're better than like 65, 70% of the player population right now. So like that's a big deal. So congrats to you on doing that self-sufficiently. And what we'll try to do is we'll try to make sure that you continue that growth slowly, because obviously you're getting to a ceiling, right? Like it gets harder and harder from here on out.
Yeah, it gets
You know,
harder.
but
I
I mean,
I think I have the fundamentals down, but I don't
good.
know.
Good. Well, we'll
I
find
don't know
out,
yet.
and we'll find out. And you may understand the fundamentals, but not perfectly apply them all the time, and whatever. Like
Yeah.
we'll give you some goals. So short-term goals to reach diamond. Well, you've done that. Long-term
Well,
goals to reach
mid diamond.
masters. Mid diamond. Gotcha. Okay. So
Yeah.
mid diamond, and then masters from there. We'll see how it goes. What do you
Yeah.
feel is holding you back from improving? I would say nothing is really holding you back from improving, from what I see. Just maybe shoring up whatever you're doing right now.
Yeah, because anytime I find a mistake, I focus on mistake for every game I play. Only focus that mistake, try to improve it,
Yeah.
and then watch my reviews and see if I'm doing okay. If I'm doing okay, then I focus on something else.
Yep. Okay. Okay. What kind of mistakes have you seen, and what kind of things have you focused on?
I'd say timing. My timing was very bad. I used to just go in, without my team sometimes. Um, my ult was pretty bad too. I'd say it's kind of bad now because you don't know when to use it sometimes. I know mid fight or just a solo ult is fine as well, but the timing sometimes still sucks.
Okay, so timing is still an issue. It's. Why do you think timing is still an issue with you? Are you stupid?
Maybe I don't know.
I'm baiting you here. I'm baiting you here.
I don't.
In my experience, the reason why you're having more issues with timing is because of the nature of how the character plays, where you're not always aware of what's behind you, right?
Yeah,
Like you're not necessarily a frontline centered character all the time, but you are often proximity is a big deal. So just be aware of that. Like that's going to be a continual challenge for you, essentially.
yeah.
Like that will always be something to revisit. And the same thing with anything else. Anything else?
Oh, I have a question about engaging and disengaging. Like, I usually don't know when to disengage or engage because sometimes, like, when there's like three, like, yeah, there's like let's say there's like a 5v3, two supports are dead. I usually don't know when to like. I don't know if I should disengage or just stay with my tank and then fall back slowly.
I would say either decisively disengage or decisively stay in the backline and wait. Your choice.
Okay.
The biggest thing is whenever the fights are starting to get out of control is what you need is decisive action. Either deaths or resetting. Even dying there is not the end of the world because you'll catch the wave respawn, right? So it's like just decisively take action and stick with it. Stick with it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? That's a good question.
I wrote some notes. Let me see. I think that's it.
Take your time.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, for now.
So just gonna look at some gameplay.
Yeah, let me send you some codes. This is I did one today, and then I did one 2 days ago.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. By the way, last question I have for you: do you warm up routine at all?
Sometimes I just go straight into rank, which I know is probably bad, but then sometimes I just do a quick play or free for all.
Yeah, I'm all for the free for all. I think if I would try to find a warm up routine that makes you not want to like cry yourself to sleep because it's so boring. If that's free for all, that's great. If that's jumping in, I don't know how easy custom games are to set up on console, but if you can do Vaxta in your workshop code here, have you ever done something like this before?
Vax still.
Let me show you. I'm gonna type it out in chat here really quick. So go open up custom game here. Do you know how to do that? Go custom games here. Are you in stream?
Oh, you're gonna do it on stream?
Yeah. Jump on Discord.
Okay.
Jump on Discord.
Okay,
Stream.
yeah, I see you.
Okay. So go over here in custom games. You click this or select this. Go to create. Go to settings, and this is recorded as well, so you can go back and watch this section. Go to import code. And go VAXDA. I type that in your channel. And then you could just go in here and like, this is pretty boring, but the movement's really, really good. And it's good practice. So what you'll do is you'll just start, shoot or interact. And then you're just going to kind of shoot people. And you're just going to track and shoot people. And you're just going to practice over and over and over and over and killing people. And I would do this for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Really?
Yep. 2 or 3 minutes. Wake yourself up because it's a lot of shooting. It's a lot of shooting. You're basically going to get an entire quick plays worth of shooting in about 3 minutes without the queue time. And if you think about what you're trying to do when you're warming up, really what you're trying to do is you're trying to warm yourself up mechanically, which you're not really playing the game, right? You'll do that in ranked, but you just want yourself to be awake. You want your thumbs to be awake, you know? And this is going to do that for you. Does that make sense? And so I really highly recommend using this whenever you can. Don't have to do it for long. Like I said, 2 or 3 minutes. You can get up close. You can play like mid-range and practice mid-range. It's up to you, however you want to approach it. But highly, highly, highly recommend doing this for 2 or 3 minutes. If you don't want to do that, free-for-all deathmatch, like you said, you could, arcade, this right here, really, really good. That works as well. You're really your choice.
Okay.
Make sense?
I might try that. Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, if you don't warm up because it's just inconvenient and you just want to play, then you still need to warm up, but you need to make the warm up really easy. So it doesn't feel like a big time commitment. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
I get it.
They're like, I don't have to warm up for 20 minutes. No, just have to warm up for 5. You're good. Not even 5. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? I think that was actually not a question. That was me telling you. So any other questions before we get started?
No, I think, we're good.
Okay, let's take a look here. So you sent me 2 codes. Why these 2 codes? What about these codes made them worth reviewing?
I sent you one because I just did it today and I just lost, and it was in Diamond.
Sure.
And the other one, I don't know. I couldn't find any other, so I just picked that one.
Works for me. All right, let's take a look at this one. Is the G3 one the recent one?
DGMG is the recent.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll prioritize the more recent one. Okay. Reaper. If you were coaching somebody brand new to Reaper, what does a character do that's unique? What makes the character strong?
He's good at surviving. He's good at flanking.
Okay.
You should use your Wraith to disengage most of the time.
Okay.
And use your teleport to get close range as well.
Yep. Sure. Seems good.
Yeah.
I think that's good enough for me.
I mean, he is a really basic character, but it is.
Yeah. Well, here's a way I describe Reaper. Okay. So simple versus easy. Not an easy character. I think there are easier DPS characters out there, but simple in terms of the gameplay loop. It's like the equivalent of like chess is a simple game, but it's not an easy game, obviously, right? You could pretty much teach, like I remember learning chess when I was literally 4 years old because my grandfather loved it and he just wanted to play with me. And so he taught me how to play chess and I could, like, I was barely like forming coherent sentences, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that hard to know like what all the pieces did eventually. But doing it is obviously like there's incredible depth to how it's done. And I think this is the same with Reaper, right? Like if we look at this engagement here, right? For example, your team is fighting at this choke. Okay, nothing complicated about that. The question is it better to flank here? Is it better to play here? Is it better to play here?
Yeah, it is.
Or on the corner here? You get what I'm saying? Or is it better to play here? Or should you be here? And those are just like decent positions. That's not even including all the bad decisions that you shouldn't play on, right? Like standing directly behind your tank or playing backline or whatever else. So like there's a lot of options here. So what we're looking for, and you've seen probably a couple of my sessions, is short range off angles, right, with where the fight's happening.
Yeah.
So it looks like the fight's happening here. So what do you grade your position?
I'd say it's decent.
I say it's decent too. I would say it's riskier, but there's also higher reward, right? Like you're gonna go on an angle, you're gonna wraith out. I'll give it a B. Give it a B plus even. Seems good to me. They rotate away. Now what should you do?
Go back with my team.
Go back to your team or just angle from here, right? Because you can't chase them any longer. You could teleport, but the problem with Reaper is if you teleport here, you're gonna wraith out to cover, but you might not get fully out. That's the danger, right? That's okay sometimes, but yeah, I don't see any reason to chase. They're out of the fight anyway. So just
I was just here distracting them. So
yeah, see, that's the problem. You notice that the second that you stepped outside and reached too far, you get punished immediately. And the funny thing about this is even if the Cassidy had not shot you here, once you're here, this Juno Lifeweaver can force your Wraith. They don't need help. Like, the Cassidy sucks. Like, oh, that's annoying. But, like, even if the Cassidy hadn't have shot you, this is still bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Because did you do your job? That's the question.
I distracted a little bit, yeah.
Well, you didn't just distract. You did more than that. Look carefully. All right. See their positions? Watch. Do you see where they were?
I got all three attentions. Yeah.
But you see, you're saying attention, but it's actually more than attention. You got space. Because where do these supports want to be right now?
They want to be with their tank.
They want to be the tank. They want to be with Butt Blaster 7, right? They want to be pumping, healing here, right? They can't. Yeah. That's your fault. So you not only got their attention, but even if they're not distracted anymore, they actually can't save their own. It's too late. He's dead.
Yeah.
Oh. Lifeweaver's a real hero. But you see how this is horrific for them, right? Horrific. You did your job. The problem is it didn't need to cost you your Wraith, because imagine this. What would be the smart thing to do? You force them out. They're too far away now. You turn around and you shoot tank. You know what happens? The Rein actually dies before he gets pulled, and you don't get your Wraith forced. You get what I'm saying? So you had an angle. You shot the backline. Backline ran away. Okay, now I shoot the tank from this angle. That's the rule. That's it. Don't chase targets if they get too far away. That's the rule.
So, like, if I'm focused on somebody and they just, disengage from me, I shouldn't just reach and just go for whatever. It's just focus.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And if you are going to reach, you kind of need to commit balls to the wall. Like, you actually just got to teleport in, right? You got to get in. Okay. You might as well get some reward for the risk, because this is just as risky as basically teleporting here. Basically almost the same amount of risk, but for significantly less reward. And then it's important here that you don't get lazy, and you're not. I'm actually really proud of you. This is good. You didn't get lazy. You get your TP back. You get your Wraith back, and you're in. The problem is where you teleport is bad. It's bad by just a tiny bit. I think this is just a mechanical error, honestly.
I think I messed up. Yeah.
Yeah. I think where you wanted to teleport, which was here, was really good. Really good angle, short range cover. Yeah. It's just a good buff. But it's still good. Like, again, look at the space. Look at the space. Look at the space. Watch this. Watch the Cassidy and Rein move. Juno as well, actually. You see that? You see that?
Yeah, they all backed up.
Total out, right? So then the question is, what do you do now?
Just wait for teleport?
Right. Yeah, you wait for teleport, set up a flank, or do nothing. What you did last fight is you were like, oh, you reached out and then you got your Wraith Force, right? I don't think you're gonna do that this time, right? Surely. Yes. Yeah. I see. This is better. Just wait. Just wait or flank. Wait or flank. Oh, I like what's about to happen. Okay.
Yeah, I kill.
You see, there's a reason that you're diamond and not gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is good. This is good. There's some moments here that are really, really quite good. Beautiful. I mean, no complaints. No complaints from me at all. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Chilling and kind of holding a bit of an angle here while you're waiting on your TP.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do it again. Don't do this. That's the only nitpick I have. Is like, this is fine because it's just Rein. He's not gonna poke you out. You get what I'm saying? But don't get lazy and do this. Even with some of the spread changes that Reaper had, this is never gonna be appropriate. Never. Right? So just either don't peek or freaking use your teleporter. Those are your choices. But nothing in between. Thank you. Yeah, this is really good. Good, he backs away, so you ignore him, and now do you see what's available, right?
Yeah.
If you're this Echo here, you're so mad. You're like, guys, where are you guys? Well, you've cleared them out, and so now you've isolated her. You see that? This is really good. Good. Because there's not a lot of DPS that could do this. Because if a Cassidy was here, you get pushed and you die. Right? Reaper
Yeah.
just wraiths. Reaper just wraiths. Good. Keep shooting. Okay. So this is the mistake. This is really, 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 really important. Talk me through. So this was a recent game, yeah?
Yeah, it was recent game.
Talk me through your thought process here.
So I realized too, like I shouldn't have Wraith there because I was rewatching it as well. I was just scared because I felt like they're gonna, come and get
They're gonna
me.
push. They're gonna push,
Yeah.
right? So here's the question. First off, if you have to disengage, how should you disengage?
I guess I could teleport.
That's
Or
correct.
just
Teleport to your
wait.
mercy, something like that. You
Yeah.
could even teleport out this way, like whatever, right? You need to get out with teleport. You can't get out with Wraith because otherwise you're gonna get cooked. The other option here is don't leave. Don't leave.
That works too.
Because let me ask you a question. Can you live back here for a long time?
For a bit. There's a medkit down there, the stairs as well.
Yep, full HP. You have Wraith.
Yeah.
You have ult. You have health. You should live. Okay.
Okay.
So the question is that's riskier because you're not disengaging, but also I don't want to get too super complicated here. But you're going to give your team a long time to respond here. And what does your team have to respond with? You see the
Zen
top
ult?
left? Yeah, Zen, Val,
Yeah.
High Noon, Shatter.
Yeah.
Like your team is not going anywhere here. And in fact, I actually think you guys are going to layer this, right? I think we heard your Mercy Valk. Yeah, it's not even Valk. So it's actually High Noon. There you go. You didn't need to back up. So basically, my idea is that like hold your angle, and if you have to leave your angle, teleport out when you can. So if you do get pushed after teleport, you still have Wraith. But yeah, like I said, this is just a bit messy. And now we've like lost positioning, we've lost space, and now it's like, okay, this is better. We're retaking it. I like this. This is really good. I think you could greed an extra shot or two, right? Remember, it's 100 damage per swing, so you can always get 2 shots, right? Always get 2 shots. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was a bit scared of the run with the speed boost in this game.
Yeah, I understand. But still, 2 shots, right? Get your shots in.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going to mess it up sometimes with Reaper, but that's okay. Again, it's the kite with a Wraith, right? I like the angle. You force copy. First off, I'm not scared of Echo. I'm better, right? If she forces my Wraith and I have to leave, that's fine. But if you're going to disengage, use teleport. Like, what's happening is you're losing too much space, and you're losing space with Wraith for no reason. Just hold the angle. Good? Good? That was much better greed with your Wraith, right? You knew he had to swing 2 more times to get you.
Yeah.
So you can get him. He's going to pin you. Oh, wow. He's just going to take the... He's just going to take the panel, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Take your angle. Do it now. Either in here, or if because you're down when you want to back up, that's fine. Then go up like here or something. This here is the no-no zone. This is where you're kind of indecisive of like what to do, and so you're doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Make a decision.
I think I stayed with tank.
Yeah. Now, is this good?
It's okay. It's not the best because the tank's
Are you
at the
on an
other
angle?
side. Yeah.
Then that's fine. It's not a backline angle, but it's still an angle, right? Like, who does this Ryan focus when he walks through the choke?
Ryan.
Right? What if he focuses you? Problematic, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, he has to choose. The point being is Reaper can go backline, yeah. But it doesn't matter. Like, you can also shoot tank. I don't care. As long as you're on an angle. This is a very good angle. This is great. You should not feel bad about this. What I didn't like is you hovering. Like, if you were here, I would be mad, right? I'd be mad. But here, different angle, this is great. Perfect. You create this catch-22 for them. They focus you, they're screwed. They focus you, Ryan, they're screwed. You get what I'm saying? That's the advantage of playing a character with mobility, right? You don't get isolated because you just Wraith out. So this is good. What was happening 5 seconds ago was not. Does that make sense?
Okay, so I shouldn't stay with tank.
You should not stay on top of tank.
On top. Okay.
It's not about going backline. It's about taking an angle on front line or backline, right? That's the difference. This versus this. Wait, where is it? This is night and day. You understand?
Yeah.
This is no good. This is very easy for them to shield, for them to shatter, for them to hinder, for them to window, for them to bastion grenade, for them to everything. There's no distractions, right? This is significantly better. This is just the nature of combat, right? Is that they have to choose. And that's the choice that they don't want to make. And I don't hate this because you have Death Blossom. I think this is fine to go for backline. And you're also TPing to, it looks like some cover, which is really good. But you actually don't even have to do this. You could keep shooting Ryan Cassidy, or you could even go top here.
And I messed up here.
Yeah, this is just stupid, right? Like you just messed it up. It happens. But the idea of what you did was fine. You teleported to cover. You timed it really well. You just messed up. You just messed up. That's all. It's okay. Like it happens. It really does. It happens. So just take a second, because you also want to get your animation canceled. Well, did you get your animation canceled? No, you didn't. Don't forget your animation canceled. Do you know the animation cancel with ult?
No. What is that?
Shoot one bullet, then ult. It's the same speed as pressing ult. So what you could do is you can get that extra 80 damage, whatever, or even more sometimes, into the ultimate. So if you're solo ulting somebody, or like you wanted to kill this Bastion, just TP, shoot ult, shoot Q. Or I guess, I don't know what's the old button on console?
Triangle.
Triangle, right. So shoot triangle. So trigger triangle, right? Trigger triangle. Like that's the strat right there. Big stuff. By the way, the idea of the ultimate, where you teleported, when you ulted, who you ulted, all very good. You just messed it up.
Yeah.
So your strategy was really good. And that's what I'm really concerned about. Like, I want to make sure if you make a stupid decision, at least there was some good strategy behind it. You just goofed it up, because it happens. It literally happens to anyone. So it's all right. Any questions so far?
Not really. I will have a question later in the video right here, but when we get to that, I'll ask you.
Got it. So we're seeing why you're not plat and why you're not gold. We're also seeing why you're not masters. Sometimes you reach too far. Sometimes you leave an angle with Wraith when you didn't need to leave, or you should have just left with teleport instead, and then obviously the goofy ultimate. But some pretty decent mechanics here. I like your ideas most of the time with how you're positioning. And yeah, good stuff.
Okay.
Now here, is this an angle?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Look where your Ryan is. Even though your Ryan is kind of holding a similar choke, where do they put attention? Here or here? You're making that choice. You could also go here, right? You could also go, teleport to here so they don't even see you and wrap around behind. Higher's high reward. Your choice. This is fine. I even like the fact that you didn't shoot. Now, the problem, as you saw, is you had to cross the street, right? That's right? So whenever possible with Reaper, really with any DPS character, you really want to kind of stay on the outside. You never want to put yourself in the middle. But, you know, I don't hate it. What I would prefer instead is cross the street with your teleporter. Okay, you know, like this is where you could be here and teleport to here. That way they don't even see you, right? That way you're, you know, or don't even shoot the Bastion. Just sit and hide. Wait for that life weaver to walk forward.
Okay.
But I don't hate it. You're still on an angle. Ryan focuses you, or he focuses Ryan. You don't give him a good option. This is good. Yes, you see it? You got impatient. You reached. Yeah. You see that? You're like, I gotta get that Bastion. No, you don't. You don't. You know why you don't have to get Bastion? Because he's too far away. That's not your responsibility. Who's your responsibility here?
Tank.
Tank, or who else is close? Baptiste. One of these. Is that always going to be the case? Nope. It's just who's convenient right now. You are a convenience-based target priority DPS. You could shoot tanks, you could shoot supports, you could shoot DPS. This angle, very good. Lots of cover, mini health pack, good short range, split from your team. I love this. This is great. Stay here until you get forced out. And do not chase Bastion. I know he's big, juicy, and I know you think he's a threat, but that is your team's responsibility right now. If you wanted to deal with Bastion, you would have to cross the street again with teleport and start all over again, which you could. But this is like, that is so easy to clear you out that offends me, right? And so now, worst case scenario, you see it? Now we got cleared, our Wraith is forced, and look at our angle, right? Actually cheeks. In fact, the only reason that you guys maybe win this is because of what your Cassidy's doing. So maybe your Cassidy carries, and he does. I called it, right? I called it. How did I call it? Because I see the positioning. That's the difference. I see the positioning. And you die.
Yeah.
You died because you crossed the street and you forced target priority when it wasn't convenient to your angle. I loved your angle. I just didn't like what you shot from that angle. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, you said you had a question. Is that coming up, or was that kind of what happened?
No, it's going to come up. It's about flanking.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Is Bastion your, not priority, but is Bastion a job for you now?
Is he right there?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And this is Merry Christmas, right? Now you might not be able to get the kill here because there is a lot of people here, but I mean, this is a real problem for the enemy team, like a real problem. Like, who's gonna focus you right now? Like maybe 2 people, and that's gonna be really bad because that means it's 4 of them are gonna fight, or 2 of them are gonna fight 4 of your guys without any help. This Cassidy think he's being funny. I think he wanted to do high noon through the door, or no. No, he just doesn't know the map. Okay.
Okay.
Look. Okay, this is wild. Check this out. He's gonna high noon from high ground. Here we go.
No, when
Anyway. I guess he didn't want to try it through there, but yeah. Okay, but yeah. I mean, I'm seeing the kill feed. You were doing work. Yeah.
Yeah, when I play with Reaper, I don't always get enough damage, so I don't know.
Ignore it.
Okay.
Literally ignore it. Your character is very good at damage or very bad at damage, depending on what you're shooting or how long you're shooting. Like, if you think about, like, their comp, right? There's a lot of characters that you can, like, 2-shot or 3-shot, but the fights are going to happen they're going to be really bloody and they're going to be really fast. You're either going to die or you're going to kill them, okay? There's no, like, Winstons that you can pump damage into, or Malgas they're going to pump damage into, and then they're going to do, like, these slow, longer fights, right? It's going to be quick and painful, right, for one side or the other, right? Okay. I mean, this guy just took, like, 50 of the damage away from you by damaging himself, okay? So, but you did the job.
Yeah.
You angled well, you timed it well, you shot what was convenient, you hit a couple of nice shots, and that's it. Like, you dying here is actually because you didn't know Cassidy was there.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And the reason you didn't know Cassidy was there is because this brain rot didn't even know where the map... This guy just won the lottery. He accidentally outbrained you. Complete accident. Because you didn't know that... You thought that you were on the outside. You didn't know that he was on the outside of you, right? So he surprised you. He flanked you. But you know what? So I actually like this from you. I think this is fine. You got unlucky. That's legitimately unlucky. Go next. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yep, I like it because you're going to be able to get close. I look at you. You're a legend. I love this. I actually love this from you. Checking your team's positioning. Look at that. Yeah. That's actually so important because you're about to walk in this Baptiste. Baptiste is going to get a lot of help if you walked now. But if you wait 3 or 4 seconds, chill. And now you're significantly more likely for this to actually work. Now, your Zen's an idiot, so he's dead. I don't even know what he died.
I don't know how he died. I don't even know how he died.
Okay, so he's an idiot. That's a me move on Zen right there, actually. But if he was alive, and even though he's not alive, this is significantly more likely to work.
Yeah, stuff like this.
Look at that. All that attention on you.
Yeah.
Now, you're noticing something. It's not easy to close the distance when they're marking your angle. This is called marking, right? Where they take an angle to shoot your angle. You know what I'm saying? So you need to problem solve for me, all right? This is probably not something that you're used to dealing with. What do you do here?
Just don't shoot, I guess.
Well, okay, well, you can't.
Or I could just I just teleport to the other side. I don't know.
So you're saying teleport to, like, over here?
No, behind Bastion.
Oh, like over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the play. Absolutely. You nailed it. Yeah, you nailed it. There's always a solution. You could teleport in here. Yeah, you're going to get shot a little bit, but you got cover. You got a midi. Baptiste is going to run. You're going to sit here and hide, right? And honestly, if you want to go back here and you have the time, you really could teleport all the way over here and wrap around. It'd probably take too long, but that is an option as well. Yeah, you nailed it. Congrats. Good stuff. But yeah, if this is too far, it's a good angle. It's just too far right now because they're there. Yeah. If they didn't know, they wouldn't get here. But this is high-level Overwatch. High-level Overwatch is they don't have their monitors turned off. You get what I'm saying? They know that you're going to flank, and they're going to try to stop you. So you don't give up. You just have to outbrain the outbraining, okay? But that being said, this is still a really good play from you. Like, the fact that this guy, they're putting so many resources into you is the only reason that your Ryan and Cassidy and Mercy aren't immediately dead. I'm just depressed that you kind of gave up. Oh, wait. No, you didn't. I never doubted. Look. Good. Look at you. You're popping off. Good. Okay. All right. You trolled a couple of fights in first. Actually, you trolled first point. I'm not going to lie with you. But this has been, and you also crossed the street earlier and died for it, right? You goofed up, right?
Yeah.
But this fight right here is some high level stuff from you. High level stuff. You take an angle, you get marked in the angle, you give up, and then when they get distracted, you go back and you teleport on it again. Behind them, by the way, not just in front of them, but behind them. So they don't see. You get close, bam, 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 bam. You wraith out to avoid Bastion, and they get another trade in the back line. This is really good. You want to see something funny? Look at the value that you got. I bet you didn't even notice this. So, yeah. So I'm telling you, this entire fight goes differently if you actually had Zenyatta in this fight. You did well. You should have zero, like, yeah, just die card here. Yeah, just die. That's good. You played well. You played well.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I assume you had a question here.
Yeah, can you go back?
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to give you the detailed answer. The detailed answer here is teleport on this Cassidy and die.
Okay. But no, it was more like, can you go back more?
Yeah, of course. Keep going.
A little bit more. Where my team is there. My whole team is there. I think I was...
So right before you teleport? Like
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like this, it's like a long flank. So I usually sometimes don't even flank that far.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I did okay here, I guess, from what you're saying. But
you did great.
I wouldn't usually do that. Because I usually like to do short flanks somewhere close to my supports.
Yes. So there are always rules to be broken. The reason why that won't work here is because there aren't any short flanks. It's standing behind your tank or nothing. So you know what? Go TP and backline because there's just nothing else here. There isn't, if you think back to second point, you had this. You had this. You had, even first point, right? You had this and this and this. You don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
So you teleport backline, right? And the way that you did it too, the downside of these deep flanks is that you are split from your supports. Yeah, but the big downside is that it takes you too long. Not here. Not here. You were immediately there and immediately contributing. That's the luxury of having teleport. No, this is good. This is good. Thank you for highlighting this. I would have skipped over this but yeah, thank you for highlighting that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really good. This is really good. So the rule is, going back to first point, I don't care if you flank or angle backline. I don't care if you angle front line. Just do whatever position makes the most sense for you. Okay. As long as the angle is not too far away, and as long as you don't take an angle and then shoot the Bastion that's 35 meters away and then die, right? That's bad. This is good.
Okay.
From a results-based game, you might be like, we didn't win the fight, so what I did was wrong. Well, no, it will work 80% of the game, 80% of fights if this is how you play them. Okay. And you've won 80% of fights playing like this, right? The ones that you've lost have often been more correlated with your mistakes, case in point, right? So, I know you're waiting on Wraith now, so you can't really go super aggressive, but this is why you don't frontline tank bust not on an angle, right? First off, there's no frontline angle here, so that's already a problem. So then that's the question, okay? So no frontline angle, what should you do here?
Just wait until I get your Wraith.
Wait until you get your Wraith, then what?
Teleport.
Teleport where?
To the right of that door and just go around.
So, over here?
Yeah, and then just go around.
Okay, why are you going backline here and not standing and shooting frontline? Because that's going to take you several seconds.
It's too open, not that much cover.
That's it. That's it. There's no frontline angle here. Everything's garbage. You could teleport here, but it's going to get cleared instantly. You could teleport here, but that's very obvious. It's not. By the way, this is not a bad option here. You have pretty good cover in here. Even if it is obvious, you could probably live back here for a while. Yeah, you nailed it.
I have also another question.
Please.
I saw so many videos cover the cover and angle.
Yep,
but
you got it.
Sometimes on Reaper, I just teleport right in front of their eyes. Yep. Not sure if I should always do that.
Cover to cover is really important, but what's even more important is cover to perimeter, for lack of a better term. Okay. So in other words, I would rather you teleport behind these guys in the open than I would to have you teleport to cover in between them. Okay. I want you to be outside of them. Okay? Outside. Yeah. Here or here or here. Cover's great. This is why this is okay, because it's outside and cover. But outside, most important. Cover, second most important. Make sense?
Okay.
So if you're TPing in the open, kind of like, remember your Death Blossom on first point, the one that you messed up? It wasn't bad cover, but it wasn't very good either. It was kind of in the open. But you were outside them, so they didn't see you.
Yeah.
And for them to see you, they would have to turn their cameras. People don't like turning their cameras, especially on console. You need to abuse that. And by the way, that works on PC too. So yeah, make sense?
Yeah.
Get outside of them. Teleport outside them. Now, the funny thing here, little detail, you actually don't need to wait for Wraith to set up your play here. Why? Because what did you say? Where did you say you wanted to go?
To the right.
To the right.
Oh yeah, I could have just.
Yeah. There's nobody there, right? So there's nobody there. Yeah. So you can actually use your downtime while you're waiting for Wraith to set up on your next angle, right? And again, you're going backline because frontline provides no angles. So it's better than sitting behind your tank. Oh, we got res. Nice. Same thing, you notice this? Same thing. You're like, oh, we've won this fight. Yeah, but you know what? Still do your due diligence. Teleport here. Go from here, right? Don't turn the corner like this. This gets you killed. It'll also feel like everything's permanently 15 meters away from you too, right? Because it will be, right? They'll back away from you, and you'll never be able to catch them.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep. Do you want to go for frontline here or backline here? Doesn't matter. Your call. You can frontline from here. You can backline from here. Your choice. Don't second guess yourself. Don't second guess yourself. I think maybe you saw where your team was.
Yeah, my tank was getting back, so I just backed up.
Okay. So actually, second guess yourself. I'm an idiot. Disregard.
They were in voice chat as well. So
where should you be? Two choices. Frontline. Give me a frontline angle and a backline angle with where this fight is happening.
Wait, can you repeat that?
Give me a frontline angle and a backline angle here. I'll give you a slightly better sight line here. What do you got?
I could just teleport right there in the front.
Yep, teleport here and hide. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Give me the frontline angle here. Do you see it? It's tricky.
To the left?
Yep, this is it right here. Player on here, player on here. Yeah, right. It's probably not something you've experimented with.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really, really good. It's really good. Yeah, you can just like hold this angle here for them to push you. They walk directly in front of your entire team, and you just wraith back to cover. Like you could see how ugly it would be for them to push you here. Like how incredibly ugly it would be, or even the angle here, right? And again, risk versus reward, both are good. Like both ones, I think this one's a bit safer for sure, but it is still decent reward. This one is definitely a bit riskier, but there's a lot of reward, and it's not even that risky because you're still on the outside. Like you're still playing around your team sightlines, but you got it. I just can't see you here, right? I just can't see you here. This is deeply saddening. With how good your positioning has been at points, this is offensive because this is how you get your Wraith forced.
I think I was here for a little bit.
And you can see it, right? Instant Wraith forced. Cassidy, by the way, is not even aiming for you. He's actually aiming for your Cassidy. You're just in the line of fire. And also, how close is everything? Everything's so far, you know? Now, they walk here, but it's so risky. You see? No distraction, no angle, not front line, not back line, and you're dead. That's it. So your creativity has died. And the question is, why? Do you remember what your thought processes were like at this point in time? Maybe it's just unfamiliar with the spot. I don't know.
No, and I just didn't know where to flank because if I teleport, I didn't think there's any good cover at the other side. That's why I just stayed there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can see in hindsight, actually pretty decent cover, and then obviously good. And so what I would say is like when you find yourself behind your tank for long periods of time, something is wrong. There is 99.9% certain that there is another opportunity. You just need to find it. And so what you do is this is when you VOD review, okay? You pull up the career profile, you pull up the replay code, you go to that timestamp, and you find the spot. You find it. Where could I have been with where we were fighting? There will be an answer.
Okay.
And so next time that happens, you're a little bit better prepared. Okay. You don't watch the entire VOD like we're doing here, right? You just look at that one spot where you didn't know where to position. Because you've gone from being really, 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 really smart, like kind of how you're approaching this fight. I would say how you're approaching all this, right? Remember that? You've had moments where it was decent, but a little bit messy with how you're approaching this here, right? Reaching too far.
Yeah.
And then this is just brain rot, right? This is horrific, right? This is terrible. This has also been terrible, right? So this is a bad point for you. You haven't experimented enough with this point to find out where you need to play. And now you're dead again. Oh, wow, he tries to keep you up. Okay. Yes. Yes. Are you on the outside? Yes. Are you in a short angle? Yes. This fight is probably lost because you guys are all dead. But if this fight's going to be clutchable, it's based off of this position right here. And there it is, right? Look at the space you just created. Look at that. Look. Watch this. This is just beautiful. Watch the red. Zoom, they're out. Yeah. It's almost like you guys are winning the fight, even though you're down 2. It's good. And then now you can just keep shooting tank. Look at that. Beautiful. This is going to feel frustrating because you're like, what could I have done there? You're just down 2 or 3. That's all. That's all. Your team is dead. Both your on and Zen were 1 HP. That's like the first decent angle you've taken. So that's why. But you should feel good about that. That was a good in the moment decision. It's just a shame that we didn't see that sooner. Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
Now we can keep going with this, or we can look a little bit at the other code. Your choice.
Do I have enough time for to finish this code and the other code?
Not likely. No. We don't need to finish every code to give you feedback, clear feedback. What I'm looking for is more, was there any problem spots where you felt like third point defense there, felt confused that you could use some advice on?
I think, just stick to this one.
Okay, so otherwise, we can just keep going here because we'll find plenty of habits that we can clean up here.
Okay.
Good. Again, this is higher level Overwatch, right? Symmetras are not going to put all their turrets in the choke. They know this is scary, so they're going to mark that, right? So it doesn't mean you give up. It just means that I know I'm going to get shot here. So, for example, now, what's the next step? Because obviously this is fine. This is good, but this isn't good enough to get you to Masters. So you've gotten here. What's the next step now?
Well, what I did was just shoot the Symmetra, but I guess I could have just flanked behind them.
What's the problem? What's the problem here? It's not bad, but what feels awkward here?
Oh, my team's not fully there.
Well, they're getting there. I'm gonna say this is good enough. Okay, this is rank. It's not always gonna be perfect. Okay, but they're close enough, right? Mm-hmm. You've actually showed a lot of propensity for. You've talked to me about your timing being an issue. I think at least in this game, your timing has been your strong point. You've been very aware of where your team has been. So kudos to that.
Okay.
But are you playing your effective range? Are you getting a good enough angle? Are you happy with how this feels?
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Could it be better, though?
Maybe.
And that's what I want you to solve. So I've been yelling at you for not doing it right, not doing it perfectly. But to be honest with you, this is okay. This is already better than a Gold or Plat Reaper, right? This is all right. Yeah. You're not standing here and eating a ton of spam. You're at least pulling attention this way. You're creating timing windows for your RAM to walk forward, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to tell you right now there's a better option. Not than where you're at right now, but you can improve. From this position here, you can level up your angle. What would you do? And if you don't know the answer, that's why I'm asking it. I want you to think about it.
I don't know. Maybe just do a deep flank. That could work too.
Where?
All the way behind the Life Weaver.
So here?
Yeah.
Now how would you do that safely? Because you got to get on the outside, right? So how do you get on the outside?
I'm not sure how I would do that.
Let's look at what you can see here.
Okay. To the left, I guess. Yeah, right there.
So here? Or here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. If the Symmetra goes behind the wall, I could, teleport.
Yeah. Shoot, teleport to here. What do you think about this spot?
It's not bad. It's pretty good.
It's not bad. Yeah. Could you get chased? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you live for a long time? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cover. You'll have Wraith. You'll have HP. You can run all the way over here. And we talk about the space creation. Either they're going to ignore you and you're going to kill that Life Weaver, or they're going to focus you and your team's going to walk out of the choke with bells on. You know what I'm saying? You are going to take all of the pressure off of the choke and you shouldn't die for it. So you've actually I'm not criticizing you for this here. This is good. Like, you've done the right thing, but this is not going to be quite good enough. This isn't perfect. I think it could do better. So when your next teleport here, what's the next angle that I can take? That's going to give me a better angle, because the problem with this angle is not that it's front line. We've said front line angles are fine. The problem with this angle that you're seeing is it feels a little bit too far.
Okay.
You see that? It's just, you see, like, this is not the range I want to play versus a Cassidy, right? I want to be here on Rein. That's fine with me. But if I'm going to take a duel with any of these characters, it's going to be here, or it's going to be here or here, right? So how do I get there? You know, that's kind of like what we're looking for, right?
Okay.
So this just feels too uncomfortable, right?
Mm-hmm.
I respect it that you don't give up, you know? But with what you see, actually another option just opened up. Do you see it?
Oh, Symmetra to my right.
Yeah, so where could you teleport? Where's your angle? Do you see it?
The room to the right.
So here or here?
No, not that one. That one.
Yeah, you nailed it. Perfect. Teleport here. Good luck. They're not going to be able to chase and kill you. And you're going to be a menace, because everything is going to be close from here.
Okay.
All that being said, again, I want to clarify, this is not a major criticism. You've still contributed more than either of their DPS have, despite your lower ult charge. You're, in fact, the only reason that you're able to walk out of this choke is you. Congrats.
Okay.
You did good. You split their attention. You held a nice angle. You didn't take a lot of damage. And even now, right? Your Ram starts to lean right. You lean left. Uh-oh, Zen got a little too close. He's in trouble. You got kind of surprised by him, which is the reason you get your Wraith Force, but honestly, this is fine. Not good. Not bad, but not good. Problem is not the fact that you're on an angle. The angle is good. The problem is that it's too far. So what should you do right now?
I think I teleported.
Yep.
To
Where
the
to?
top left.
Top left. Yep. Here.
Yeah.
Here.
I think
here.
I did.
Behind payload. Yeah. You should have. You probably do in about 8 seconds, but you should have now. Yeah. It's just too slow.
Yeah.
That's it. That's too slow. Should have been immediate. And then I like that. Yeah. Just shoot whatever. Just shoot whatever's there. Rein, backline. I don't care. Yeah. Good stuff. So I would describe this first point attack as good, not great. Good, not great. And honestly, that's kind of how your positioning has been for the most of the game outside of third defense. Good, not great. Yeah, this is fine. Good stuff. And by not great, I'm not seeing consistent setups to get close from cover, right? Sometimes you get a little bit lost and you just kind of freeze. I want you to think, okay, this doesn't feel good. They're too far away. What's the next step? They're too far away. What's the next step? I don't want to. I cannot stand behind my tank. What's the next step? And sometimes you don't have the answer there. And by the way, it's going to be real hard right here. This is a big map. So scout, where do you need to be right now?
I could maybe teleport to that room to the Life Weaver.
Here?
No,
or
on top.
Here?
Yeah, there.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You got to go. You got to go. It's too late now because you hesitated. You're like, oh, Sim's in here. But you know what? Where's your element of surprise here? It's gone. Where's your angle? It's gone, right? So it's not that you can't. You always have to surprise the Sim, but you at least want to get closer to the Sim, right? And you didn't do that. So you could have teleported here. You could have teleported here because there's nobody up here. You could have teleported inside here. Yeah, options. But see, as the map opens up, your creativity and swiftness is going to be tested. I don't want you to worry about speed right now. I instead want you to worry about your creativity. The swiftness will come with practice. But if a position feels off, like everything feels too far away, then you need to take the time to think and solve the problem. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And right now, you're
I think
not
that's why the
Yeah,
main issue with flanking. It's like sometimes I don't even know where to go.
Yeah.
Or
and
if I do like a deep flank, it's like I feel like it's too risky and I die.
Right. And so that's when you need to go back and be like, what was wrong with the flank, or what was wrong with my CD usage, or what was wrong with my timing, or whatever. Because right now, you're taking zero risks and providing zero value.
Yeah.
You're providing literally nothing. Because this is hard. Like, this is not easy. I'm not going to sit here and gaslight you. Be like, oh, this is super easy, you idiot. This is really hard, right? But the problem is that in that hesitation, you're providing no value. And actually, you're negative value because you're taking a lot of damage. And so your supports have to babysit you. And bam. Like, that's not unlucky. That's not Wraith mismanagement. That's not bad teleport usage. That's just zero teleport usage, right? That's just zero angling at all. that's it.
Okay.
There's no frontline angles here. You're going to have to take an angle on backline. It's not that frontline angles are bad, it's just that there's nothing here. So you're going to have to take risks. I like this. This is fine. But then now there's a Castellan. So this isn't good enough anymore. So what should you do now?
Teleport.
Teleport. Get up here, right? Get to here. If you die doing this, you need to go back and ask, what did I do wrong? Because this should be good, right? So from here, what would your next step be? Oh no, Cassie's poking me from here. Okay, so what do you do?
Take over, go around, and I think there was a life here.
Yeah. Somebody's there, right? They can't be everywhere at once, okay? Right?
Yeah.
You found the weak point. Now, it took you 3 or 4 seconds of thinking, but you know what? That's okay. Take the 3 or 4 seconds. It's all right.
Okay.
Because this ain't going to work. This is the same problem as first point stroke, where you're kind of taking a mini angle, but you're getting poked from people that are too far away for you to shoot. Yes. Thank you. Don't do that. Too far, so no dopamine. You have to dopamine starve yourself sometimes. Too far away, don't even shoot. Just walk. Yes, thank you. Yes. This is good if you had been there 3 seconds ago. 3 seconds ago. You weren't, so GG's. Good? Do it.
Yeah, I did.
This is good. This is good. I like this. You just engage, and then you immediately reset up. You don't go hard because you don't have Wraith, but then you realize, oh man, nobody's actually looking at me at all. I don't even need Wraith. I predict this is going to get kills.
No, I didn't.
You know why I didn't get kills? Because they popped another ultimate.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is where we have to be... Also, your soldier's dead, which doesn't help either. We can't be results-based. This was a good Death Blossom. It was on an angle. It was well-timed. You came in from a flank. This is good. Congrats. Like, really, good ult. Good ult.
Thank you.
Too far? Like, you understand what I'm saying. It's not that these frontline angles are bad. It's that these particular frontline angles are too far. You see it? So you have to go closer. So how do I go closer? Well... Teleport, right? You didn't teleport, you're slow, you get shattered, you're dead. You notice that?
Yeah.
You meant to teleport, you were going to do it, but you were too busy tickling and not thinking. So with the power of hindsight here, because you would have scouted this, where would you have teleported, given it an extra second?
On top?
Like on top? Like top here?
Yeah.
Yep, that's the play.
Just
got
drop
it.
down.
Not here, because it's right in front of the Zen. It's not outside. But you go here. Yep, Merry Christmas. You got it. You nailed it. And that one didn't even take you 3 to 4 seconds to think of, right? Took you 1 second.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Sure. Boy, that was hard. Next step. You're going to have teleport in about 4 seconds, so where are you going to teleport to? I'm not going to even press play. You're going to have to predict right now.
I think I remember. I think I teleported to the Zen.
In Mega?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe I stayed here. I don't remember. No, I teleported.
This is good to me. Yeah, use that Wraith greedily. Yeah, there you go. You're cooking. Like, nobody's there because you TP to an angle. This is good. Nice job. And now, you're actually close to the Symmetra on the front line. Perfect. She's dead. Nope, pull. Perfect. Keep going. Because not only did you force pull, but now she's completely out of position to do damage, right? So she's lost space. So where should you go next? Too far. Where do you
behind.
Go behind, right? Take the time. You can't, because you're like, oh, I don't want to take too long. Well, you're not doing anything right now, so you might as well. So walk around behind, maybe cut here. I don't care. Go. You see? You're doing nothing. You're getting your Wraith forced and standing behind and looking at a Reinhardt. Now, I'm assuming here, I'm making an assumption here, that it was because I didn't want to take too long. Am I correct?
Yeah, I didn't want to take too long to take an angle.
And that's a very reasonable fear if there is another option available. Is there another option available?
Yeah.
Where?
Just teleport behind the Cassidy. Or the tank.
Like here?
Yeah, right here. Yeah, right there.
I agree. In fact, if you wanted something even more conservative, you could have teleported here and angled from here.
Yeah, that works too.
That works too. So actually, flanking around behind, given the power of our analysis here, probably not necessary. Actually could have gotten an angle right now, but you didn't think about it long enough. So you shot the Rein in the front. And the problem with that is who is the Rein shielding right now? And the answer is everybody. And we hate that. I want the Rein to choose between shielding you or shielding your Zen. Not both. Right? Not both. Not both. You got mobility. Use it. That's it. But you're exactly right. This would have been very powerful. This would have also been very powerful. You need to make that choice. Make sense?
Yeah.
There you go. But the problem is by the time you get there, it's too late, right? You're just too slow. Okay, let's keep going here. Wait, what happened here? He's resetting. He's resetting. Okay. It's like, what's going on here? Do it. Do it. Teleport through. Get a little bit of information. See if they push you. Wait for your team, right? And then make a decision. Do I want to shoot front line from here? Do I want to flank around behind? Let's go. Don't wait. This isn't bad, but it is a little far. So let's see what you do. Yeah, good. Don't go back. You were here, so get value here, right?
Okay.
Don't go back. Because you were already on the deep angle, so why go all the way back, right? Look at how close they are. Look at that. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I could have got them with Genji.
Mm-hmm. Sure. That's fine. Next up.
Teleport.
Teleport in. Now, you are in the middle of them, so you got to be careful. But I think it's okay. I like the pedal usage there. Pedals have been very helpful. Good. Alright, you are going to pop off here. Are you teleporting to the outside?
Yeah.
Is this going to be your effective range when you start fighting?
A bit.
A bit?
Yeah.
Probably? Possibly? We'll see. Okay, let's see. I even like the patience here to wait just a second until your team is ready. Yeah, this is good. It's crazy how, like, the fights that you actually took a bit of proactivity with your setup, all of a sudden you start winning, even though it wasn't really very well executed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that you're always going to get rewarded for doing the right thing. You've seen that already. By the way, totally worth.
She got saved.
Totally worth. Because you're like, oh, but I didn't get the kill. Yes, you did. Because she's good as dead. She's been out of the fight. This Rein's now dead. Your fault. You see it?
Yeah.
You took her out. Good. Damn, man, you're doing so good here. Like, this is like, all of a sudden, the map has kind of gone more in your favor, and you've set up well, and you're just 1v5ing. Like, this is so good. Let's watch one more fight. You got time for one more?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at one more. Because I want to see how you do in the attack here. I bet you'll be better. I actually predict that you're going to be better. Not that because you set the bar really low, although that is true. But I think there's something about, like, attacking, like, in, like, it's like I have to teleport in, right? Like, so I actually think you'll give yourself a kick in the pants, and I predict slightly better positioning.
Also about that, I watched Awkward's video about Reaper always constantly teleporting every time I get a teleport.
Yeah.
But I also don't know because it was 2 years ago. But I think Reaper needs to be sneaky, not constantly just teleporting, taking an off angle.
Yeah. Like, if you look at this here and you're like, if I teleported in right now, I'd be ahead of my team and they'd focus me and clear me out. I think you'd be right.
Okay.
I think if you're like, I'm actually going to play with my team right now and then teleport at the last possible second, I'm fine with that. I'm okay if you're like, I'm going to teleport and then flank while I'm waiting for my team, and so then I don't even have to use my TP. I'm okay with that. Yeah. I think you're smart enough now to where you can use your judgment here. I trust you. Not that you don't have stuff to learn, but you also don't have to take everything at face value. And that also includes my feedback too, right? If you go back and listen to the session, you'd be like, well, actually, he suggested that, but I actually think what I was doing was correct. Works for me. Me. Yeah. See, my problem here is that I think you're realizing that, like, I kind of want to take my angle, but I think I'm going to be late, and I think you're right. I think you needed to go, if you were going to go here, you needed to go sooner. Like, I would have preferred you to just get a teleport in backline sooner and set something up a little bit sooner. Because I think there wasn't quite enough setup, and then all of a sudden they push forward. I predict you are going to set up one fight. If not that fight, this one. If not that fight, this one. Let's see.
Stupid turrets.
Stupid turrets. Stupid turrets. Big trance. Okay, I know it. Yo, okay, just chill.
Oh yeah, I got a 2 kill there.
Yeah, sure. That's actually really smart. Before they even regroup, you know?
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Yeah, that's actually really, really strong. Not just in OT, but like in situations like, let's say you're pushing second point and like you win the fight in the choke, right? And your card's like here, and their Zen gets a little bit cheeky and starts to kind of push up, take position. You just solo ult him and put him back to spawn again. Like you're gonna have a point. The card's gonna be here by the time he's back. You know what I'm saying? It's totally worth. Yeah, I mean the setup. I mean, the bar wasn't very high, but you know you did teleport backline and you did time it well, and the ult was fine. So congrats. Like you hit the bare minimum. When you're on with your setups, I think they're pretty good. You definitely know how to play Reaper. You know, you know some setups, and you know the cycle of Wraith, and your Death Blossoms were fine. Your mechanics were fine. Like that can always improve, but it was fine. When you're not good, it's when either one, you're just not thinking about angling at all. Like you don't understand how like red alert, you're stacked with your tank, whether it's first point, third point defense, even sometimes third point attack, right? Actually, second point attack too. Or you are angling, but the targets you're shooting are so far, and that doesn't seem to bother you. A lot of second point attack, right? Think about that, right? Sim, Cass, they're poking you at 15, 20 meters, and you're just kind of like content to pluck away. And I'm like, no, you have a teleport. Use it, right? Like that's when it's not about, again, remember, front lane, back lane, it doesn't matter as long as it's close. That's the rule. As long as it's close and you've got cover and you're on the outside. That's the rule.
Okay.
What I encourage you to do in terms of your practice routine, we talked a little bit about already trying different characters and, you know, focus with Reaper. But I think with your practice routine, I want you to be very deliberate about any spots that don't feel right. Like, I don't know what I needed to do, what I could have done there. Go back and look at how you were set up. Try to find the solution. Treat it like Sudoku, is the thing I always say. A number will go in that box. You just have to find out which one.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's the challenge. Can you find it? I think you can. Because the only one that you struggled with was first point attack. Remember that? But but you did figure it out, right? I think you can do it. I think you can do it. And that one was a really, really, really hard one, to be fair, too. But all the rest of them took you a couple of seconds. You figured it out. And yeah, that's all. Okay, any questions?
No.
Yeah, okay. Lots of really good stuff. Like